Each dawn presents you with the same silent, powerful decision: to be the architect of your day or its casualty. You open your eyes to the same gray light, the same quiet room. But in that space, before a single muscle moves, a war is already won or lost. Not a war with the world, but a war for the territory of your own mind. You can hit snooze and let the currents of the world pull you under before you've even surfaced. You can let the first conscious thought be a sigh of dread for the meeting, a flutter of anxiety about the inbox, a reach into the void of other people's curated lives. Or you can seize those first quiet moments as your own private kingdom. Most people surrender their sovereignty before their feet touch the floor. They reach for the glowing rectangle, immediately downloading the anxieties of the world and the demands of others. They begin their day as a tenant in someone else's brain, paying rent with their attention and their peace. But what if you refused? What if, instead of letting the world dictate your mental state, you chose it with purpose? What if your morning became a sacred training ground, a daily rehearsal for the person you're committed to becoming? Not when everything is easy, but precisely when it is not. This is the essence of Stoic morning discipline. It's not about adding more tasks to an already overflowing list. It's about a fundamental reclamation project. It's about taking back what's always been yours: your attention, your intention, your inner citadel. Neuroscience tells us that the first 60 to 90 minutes after waking are a unique neurobiological window. Your brain waves are transitioning from the theta waves of sleep to the alpha and then beta waves of full wakefulness. During this time, your mind is highly suggestible, plastic, deeply impressionable. What you feed it in this window doesn't just influence your mood, it literally begins to rewire your default neural pathways. Let the world in too, early, with its chaos, conflict, and comparison, and you start the day on defense, your brain already primed for threat and scarcity. Choose your focus deliberately, and you start from a position of unshakable strength, wiring your brain for clarity, calm, and capability. If you're ready to become the engineer of that process, you're in the right place. Let's pull back the curtain on the average morning. A person wakes to an alarm, a sound of intrusion, not invitation. They fumble for their phone, silencing the alarm but immediately activating the screen. The blue light hits their retinas, signaling to their pineal gland to halt melatonin production. The day's invasion has begun. Emails flood in, each subject line a tiny hook of obligation. Notifications ping, a social media like, a news alert about a distant crisis, before a single conscious chosen thought has formed, before they've even considered what they hope for, what they're thankful for, who they want to be. Their mind is colonized. It's filled with other people's agendas, the world's endless noise, and a subliminal narrative that says, you are behind, you must react. They have, in those crucial minutes, surrendered. They've begun their day in a state of psychic debt. Does that cycle feel familiar? That reactive tug in the pit of your stomach, where you're solving other people's problems before you've even decided who you want to be while solving them. That low-grade hum of background anxiety that feels like part of the atmosphere. It's not. It's the residue of 1,000 mornings that started with a surrender. But it doesn't have to be this way. The hinge upon which your entire day swings is that first hour. This isn't a poetic metaphor, it's a practical reality. What if you used it not for consumption, but for cultivation? Not for downloading data, but for installing a new operating system? The difference between a reactive life and a proactive life isn't found in grand, sweeping New Year's resolutions. It's forged in the tiny, consistent, almost invisible rituals you embed into the raw clay of your dawn. These are the reps, the mental and spiritual calisthenics that build the fortitude for everything else. As Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome, reflected in his private journal, a man whose first thought each morning could have been of empires, wars, and conspiracies. He wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." He understood that before he faced the Senate, he had to face himself. Your morning is your daily private audience with your own Senate. It is your opportunity to install an OS of clarity, resilience, and purpose before the world tries to run its chaotic, bug-ridden software on your hardware. It begins with a simple, non-negotiable commitment, a contract you make with yourself the night before. The first hour belongs to you, not to your employer, your family's needs, your notifications, or the tyrannical to-do list. To you. This hour is not a luxury for the idle. It is a strategic necessity for the warrior, the creator, the leader of your own life. This isn't about achieving a picture-perfect Instagram-ready moment of zen. It's about presence. It's about showing up for yourself with the same disciplined focus you'd muster for the most critical meeting of your career. You are the most important client you will ever have. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in a day. You just need to defend that first sliver of time like it is the most valuable and vulnerable territory you own, because it is. Think of the countless days you've let slip through your fingers, reacting to emails and dramas before you'd even centered yourself. Think of the mental energy spent on things outside your control before you'd even fortified your control over your own mind. Now imagine the cumulative compound interest of claiming those lost mornings back. The steady, rhythmic drumbeat of a purposeful start doesn't just change your day, it compounds day after week after month into a new life. A life of agency. Let's build that ritual piece by deliberate piece. Think of this not as a checklist, but as an architectural plan for your inner citadel. Each practice lays another stone in the wall. The first stone, strategic gratitude. We begin with what might seem the softest practice, but is in fact the most neurologically subversive. This is not the vague, passive feeling of gratitude you're told to have. This is gratitude as a precise, targeted cognitive tool. We are wired with a survival mechanism called the negativity bias. Our ancestors needed to notice the rustle in the bushes, the threat, more than the beautiful sunset, the pleasure. That bias remains, but in a modern world of abstract threats, financial worry, social judgment, endless news cycles, it misfires, priming us for chronic anxiety and a sense of scarcity. Stoic gratitude is the deliberate counter-programming. Before you absorb a single piece of external data, you turn your attention inward and conduct a brief audit of abundance. The question is simple. What is already here? What is already working? The key is specificity. Move from the abstract, "I'm grateful for my health," to the concrete and sensory. Feel the weight and warmth of the blanket. Listen to the rhythm of your own breath, steady and alive. Notice the silence of the house, a rare canvas of peace. See the way the morning light paints a stripe across the floor. The simple, astounding miracle of consciousness itself, that you are here to experience this moment. By naming these specifics, you perform a cognitive reset. You are forcefully dragging your brain's spotlight from what's missing, what's threatening, what's next, to what is present, what is sustaining, what is now. You are not engaging in naive positivity, ignoring real problems. You are strategically grounding yourself in a baseline reality of sufficiency. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, born a slave, said true wealth lies not in having more, but in wanting less. Morning gratitude cultivates that foundational wealth. It anchors you in what I call enoughness. From this anchored place, you can engage the day's challenges, not from a place of hunger and fear, but from a place of wholeness and resourcefulness. You meet lack from a position of perceived abundance, which changes everything. The second stone, affirmative declaration. Next, we must address the internal narrator, the voice that often speaks first and loudest in the void. What are the first words you say to yourself upon waking? Are they declarations of capability or whispers of limitation? I'm so tired. I can't handle this. Here we go again. Most of us accept this mental chatter as truth, as the voice of reality. But here is the liberating Stoic insight. If you can hear the voice, you are not the voice. You are the awareness that hears it. That separation is the birthplace of your power. Stoic discipline involves consciously choosing the script. This is the practice of affirmative declaration, or what the ancients might have called premeditatio, the premeditation of virtue. Here's how it works. Stand before a mirror. Look yourself directly in the eye without flinching, and speak. Your voice may feel awkward at first. Speak anyway. I am capable of meeting what today brings with clarity. My focus is mine to command. Challenges are opportunities to strengthen my resolve and my character. I choose my responses with intention. These are not empty, positive affirmations that conflict with your current feelings. They are not lies. They are commands. They are statements of intent and identity directed at your subconscious and your nervous system. Neuroscience confirms this. Repetitive, focused, emotionally felt self-talk strengthens specific neural pathways. You are literally, physically rewiring your brain to default to strength, to agency, to calm. You are building a new automatic thought loop. The Stoic isn't waiting to feel confident in order to act. The Stoic acts confidently in order to create the feeling. This practice forges the mental armor you will need when real pressure arrives at 2 p.m. You've already rehearsed wearing it. The third stone, purposeful movement. Now we bridge the world of mind and the world of body, a profound, often overlooked truth. You cannot simply think your way into a new state if your physiology is anchored in stagnation. The body leads, and the mind follows. Thought is often just the shadow of physiology. This is why purposeful movement is a non-negotiable pillar, not an optional extra for fitness. We are not necessarily talking about a grueling hour-long workout, though if that serves you, excellent. We are talking about the simple, profound, and primal act of breaking inertia. The moment you move your body with intention, not because you have to, but because you choose to, you send a signal through every fiber of your being. We are awake, we are active, we are in command. This is a biological declaration of sovereignty. It could be 5 minutes of conscious stretching, feeling each muscle greet the day. A brisk walk around the block where your stride sets a rhythm for your thoughts. A series of sun salutations connecting breath to motion. The specific form is irrelevant. The intention is everything. You are cultivating momentum. A crucial psychological flip happens here. We believe motivation must precede action. We wait to feel like it. The Stoic knows this is backwards. Action generates motivation. Momentum begets momentum. By moving, you accomplish several physiological resets. You flush the sleep chemicals, adenosine, from your system. You oxygenate your brain. You release endorphins and dopamine, and you generate the very energy you believe you lack. Most importantly, you prove something to yourself through irrefutable physical evidence. You are the driver, not the passenger. The philosopher Carl Jung observed, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." Morning movement is you doing the thing that defines you as a person who takes charge of their own state. The fourth stone, intentional input. With your body awakened and your mind grounded and fortified, it is time to feed your intellect with purpose, not poison. The modern world is a raging, polluted river of information, most of it irrelevant to your life, much of it emotionally distressing, and all of it competing for the precious real estate of your attention. If you do not deliberately, consciously choose What enters your mind in this vulnerable morning window, the algorithms, the news cycles, and other people's agendas will choose for you. This is the practice of intentional consumption. This is where you become the curator of your own mental environment. Read a single page of actual philosophy from Seneca, Marcus, Epictetus, and marinate on one idea. Listen to a podcast that expands your perspective and understanding of the world, not one that fuels your outrage or insecurity. Open a journal and engage in mental vomiting, a stream of consciousness download to clear the residual clutter from your mind, making space for what matters. Think of your mind not as a passive container, but as a garden. The first seeds you plant each day in that fertile morning soil will grow the strongest and deepest roots. Will you plant seeds of wisdom, clarity, and serene aspiration, or seeds of anxiety, cynicism, and distracted reactivity? This practice builds what can be called cognitive immunity. By first filling your own cup with clean, clear, purposeful water, you develop the discernment and strength to filter out the chaotic noise throughout the day. You are sharpening your most important tool, your mind, on a fine whetstone before using it to cut through the day's tasks. A sharp mind cuts with precision and less effort. A dull mind hacks away with brute force and exhaustion. The fifth stone, behavioral visualization. From this place of grounded, sharpened, and fortified awareness, we engage in the master practice, visualization, not the passive daydreaming of desired outcomes, the car, the title, the applause. That is fantasy. Stoic visualization is the deliberate, active mental rehearsal of character and behavior. Don't just picture yourself receiving the promotion. Picture yourself in the crucial meeting beforehand. How do you sit? How do you breathe when challenged? What does your calm, reasoned voice sound like as you articulate your vision? Don't just imagine being fit and healthy. Visualize yourself at the lunch decision point, feeling the intentional choice of the nutritious meal, savoring its taste, enjoying the feeling of vitality it brings. You are rehearsing the micro behaviors of your future self. The science behind this is remarkable. Your brain's neurons, through a process called functional equivalence, do not cleanly distinguish between a vividly imagined action and a physically performed one. The same neural pathways light up. When you visualize with rich sensory detail, sights, sounds, feelings, you are laying down the neural tracks, the grooves in the record, for that behavior to become smoother, more automatic. You are not just hoping to become disciplined. You are, in your mind, being disciplined. You are closing the gap between aspiration and identity. You stop hoping to be the person who writes that book, runs that mile, leads that meeting, and you start seeing yourself as that person. And when you see yourself as that person, the choices that align with that identity become obvious, natural, almost inevitable. The keystone, deliberate silence. Finally, we come full circle to the practice that makes all the others possible. The keystone in the arch, deliberate silence. In a world that is a constant screaming auction for your attention, silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a positive, fertile space. It is the blank page, the fallow field, the clear sky. Carve out just 5 minutes. Sit. Set a gentle timer if you must. Close your eyes and breathe. Your mind will erupt. It will replay conversations, generate to-do lists, conjure worries. Your job is not to stop the thoughts. That is the war that creates exhaustion. Your job is to practice non-attachment. Let the thoughts come like cars on a distant highway. See them, acknowledge their presence, but do not hail the taxi. Do not get in and go for a ride. Just let them pass. Watch them with gentle curiosity. Ah, there's the thought about that email. And return to the breath, the feeling of the air in your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest. This is not about achieving a blank, thoughtless void. It is about practicing the muscle of non-reactive awareness. It is in this stillness that the dust of yesterday's reactions and tomorrow's anxieties finally settles. In the resulting clarity, you reconnect with your deepest intention, the why beneath all the whats. The 17th century philosopher Blaise Pascal famously wrote, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." In that quiet room of your own making each morning, you meet yourself. You hear the intuitive wisdom, the calm inner voice that is perpetually drowned out by the daily noise. This practice builds an inner sanctuary, a panic room for the soul, that you can mentally return to at any moment during a chaotic day. It is the ultimate profound reclaiming of your own attention from a world that wants to steal it. This, then, is your complete Stoic morning architecture: gratitude to ground you in enoughness, affirmation to fortify your inner narrative, movement to energize your physiology and prove your agency, intentional input to sharpen your mental tool, visualization to align your identity with your aspirations, silence to center you in non-reactive awareness. You will not be perfect. Some mornings, the siren song of the phone will win. You'll wake up late, stressed, and dive straight into the fray. The point of this discipline is not flawless robotic execution. The point is the unwavering commitment to the return, to the next breath, the next hour, the next day, to the gentle, firm decision to begin again. No drama, no self-flagellation, simply a return to the practice. Each day you engage in this ritual, you are not just having a better morning. You are performing daily maintenance on your own sovereignty. You are strengthening the neural pathways of choice, calm, and command. You are, brick by daily brick, building a life where you are no longer a leaf tossed in the wind of external events, but the tree, deeply rooted in your own values and practices. Your branches may sway in the storm, but your core remains unshaken, drawing strength from a source within. The world will be loud. It will always be loud. Let it be. Your peace is no longer a negotiable item, contingent on quiet surroundings or perfect circumstances. Your peace is now an internal condition, an engineered climate within your inner citadel. You carry the silence with you. If this blueprint for a sovereign, intentional life, starting from the moment you wake, resonates with you, if you feel that pull toward being the architect of your days, then solidify that commitment. Let us know this is the kind of content that serves you by hitting the like button. It helps this channel grow and reach others seeking the same path. For more deep dives into practical Stoic wisdom, for daily strategies to build an unshakable mind in a shaky world, subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. Your journey toward a self-authored life begins not tomorrow, but in the quiet of your very next dawn.